And that happens to be you right now. So, okay, so I watched the entire debate from bell to bell, like I do all debates. I would like to start tonight's summation of the debate process and what I witnessed and what my notes I took. I take very detailed notes during debates, even though I'm live tweeting the whole time, right? Check this out. First thing I want to say is that there was an eerie feeling that I had when we talked about foreign policy. If you watch the debate, you know what I'm talking about. When they start talking about foreign policy in Afghanistan, there was this eerie feeling as if there was somebody sorely missed from the conversation. I mean, I felt it in my heart, guys, that there was something missing from this debate. I wonder what it could have been. Oh, I know. Substance. You know, when you don't have a Tulsi Gabbard, and look, Tulsi Gabbard's presence was missed, but it wasn't missed. You know what I'm saying? Because if you watch this debate and you know who Tulsi Gabbard is, and you were left feeling like, you know what, something ain't right. It almost made me want to fast forward through it, but so she was missed, she wasn't there, but her absence spoke volumes, didn't it? Oh, the deafening sound of no Tulsi Gabbard. Now, I also want to point out something that hasn't been pointed out too often. There was no Mike Gravel either. So while everybody's upset about Tulsi Gabbard, and I get it, I was upset too. But I'm also upset because there was no Mike Gravel. I think either one of those people, or hell, why couldn't we have them both? Mike Gravel and Tulsi Gabbard were sorely missed tonight when it came to foreign policy. To have Pete Buttigieg, the vacuous run-on sentence, let me just say something right now that I think will be something that will actually serve to make us pay attention to what I'm saying without actually hearing anything that I'm saying, because most of what I'm saying are just things that anyone could say. It's nothing specific or original or even moving in my conversation. It's just I know how to deliver it so that it is impeccably smooth. And, you know, when we're talking about life and death, and we're talking about life and death for our military, life and death for those people who are affected by the drone attacks, by the insurgencies, by the regime change wars, man, without having people that, you know, going to call it out and call it as they see it, like bluntly, like with that experience level of a Tulsi Gabbard or Mike Gravel just calling out the system. I mean, it was just Bernie up there, and I was like, well, you know, it was just disappointing as hell. And I just want to make sure we note that in the beginning of this. All right? Okay, so that's what it is. Klobuchar. Where do we start? This is so much. Guys, this is so much to happen tonight that you just got to bear with me a little bit. There's a lot to happen tonight. Let's talk about each individual person. How about we do that? Let's just talk about each person. First of all, Joe Biden came out doing something that he hadn't done in the previous debates. And that something is he was aggressive. Joe Biden was very aggressive tonight. Now, it was good to hear him talk fast and be aggressive. But this was at a breakneck pace that Joe Biden could not keep up with for the entire night. He started off like I said, started off aggressive, but I knew, I said, Joe, you can't keep this up, dude. The stamina, the prune juice starts wearing off at some point. And then you become Joe Biden all over again. But I will hand it to his handlers. So let's give it up for his handlers who said, Joe, we can't just sit back and wait to get punched in the mouth repeatedly and hope that our jaw is so strong it breaks people's wrist. We need to actually stop beating people's hands up with our face. We need to start doing some damage of our own, and that's what Joe Biden set out to do. So he was aggressively going after Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren. I think he went out Elizabeth Warren a little stronger, a little harder, or it was a little bit more effective. So I have to recognize the fact, like I said, we call it straight here. I have to recognize the fact that Biden's strategy of going after it, I think it helped him tonight. I think it was smart, and I think he did a good job of doing that. Now, how effective? I'm just saying, look, I'm judging Joe Biden on a curve. If you judge him on a curve of how he did in the last two debates, you got to admit he did pretty good tonight. Okay? He was the whipping boy on the first debate. The second debate, he did, he survived. And this one, I thought he did okay. But he's got to run with his record. Okay, so I'm going to go from Joe Biden. This is in no particular order. I'm going to go to Julian Castro because Joe Biden and Julian Castro had the moment of the evening, I believe, because Julian Castro did something that a lot of people are upset that Julian Castro did. And what did he do, Tim Black? Did he call somebody out of their name? Did he curse at somebody? No, that was Bernie. Bernie said damn one time. He was the one who used the foul language. I wrote the damn bill. That's it. But Julian Castro had the audacity to say that Joe Biden didn't remember what Joe Biden said. And people acted as if that was the worst thing in the world you could ever do, is say that Joe Biden forgot something. Oh, he's being dirty. He's being mean-spirited. Man, these Democrats are not going to be prepared at all for Donald Trump. You do realize that if Biden were to win the nomination, which would be devastating to everyone in the free world, I believe. Definitely be devastating to me. But you do realize that if Joe Biden were to win the nomination, he would win the opportunity to go in the ring against Donald Trump, somebody who could care less about his feelings and about niceties and any of that. You do realize that's what the job position, that's the job offer. It's like tonight people got upset with Julian Castro for saying that Joe Biden forgot what he said 2 minutes ago. You know, you sound like somebody went to apply for a job at a pet shop, cleaning kennels, and you're allergic to cleaning up dog shit. Like, it doesn't make sense. That's the job, dude. That's what you do. That's part of the job. So either Joe Biden can handle it or he can't. And he looked like he can handle it just fine. It's the motto. It's the what was it? ABC guy who kept, at every break he brought it up. And most outrageous thing of the evening was this reprehensible moment when Julian Castro said that Joe Biden didn't know what he was talking, didn't remember. And all of Twitter, not all of Twitter was upset. All of Twitter was upset. And they were upset with Julian Castro. And they were? Not my side of Twitter. My side of Twitter was just like, all right, we got ourselves a debate. Now, I think that Julian Castro had a pretty strong night. I'm not one of those people who think that sunk him. I'm not saying it's going to have a huge uptick. I think there'll be a price to pay for going after Joe Biden because they're going to give him a bunch of bad ink. But I think it's unwarranted. I think if you call someone out and you think you got them dead to rights and they say, no, that's not what I said. You said, well, you did just say that. You just said it. And you said, if it wasn't Joe Biden, if it was anybody else, it wouldn't have been a problem. It is a problem because it's Joe Biden. If it would have been him saying that to Booker, no one would have took offense to it. It's that Joe Biden has had gaffe after gaffe, and people are starting to question his mental fitness, that now calling his mental fitness into question is a problem. But if it was anybody else on that stage, maybe barring Bernie Sanders, let's keep it real. If Julian Castro would have said to Bernie Sanders, who's actually 2 years older than Joe Biden, if Julian Castro would have said to Bernie Sanders, hey, you just said that 2 minutes ago, you don't remember what you just said 2 minutes ago? I got a feeling that the ABC correspondents or the ABC reporters or whoever those people were, they wouldn't have been like Julian Castro was an embarrassment. It was reprehensible. It was reprehensible that he said that to Bernie. And I don't think he would say, I think they would have said, wow, is Bernie okay? I wonder if Bernie's okay. Bernie, what day is it, Bernie? Wink if you can hear me, Bernie. I think they would have not made it seem like it was the end. They were actually saying that Julian Castro's run may be over because he said that Joe doesn't remember what Joe said. Wouldn't it be the other way? Wouldn't it be more realistic that if Joe Biden can't remember what Joe Biden says, that it's actually his candidacy that may be in jeopardy? But then again, they're not protecting Julian Castro or Bernie Sanders or any other candidate, except Joe Biden. There's a reason for that. I don't want to stay on that too long. I just thought it is a pivotal moment of the night. Moving on to Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders, good night. It was a good night. I think delivery was a tad flat. I don't know. A tad. I don't know. It was something about it. It was very deliberate. And I don't know, maybe it's a little tight early on. Got a little bit better as time went on. But I do like the way he defended his Medicare for All. Unlike Elizabeth Warren, he was very sharp on defending it. Look, if Joe Biden wants to say, hey, you want to raise taxes. You're going to raise taxes with this Medicare for All. Don't try to fake it. I don't know why Elizabeth Warren can't just say, yeah, you're going to pay more for taxes. But you're not going to have deductibles. You're not going to have co-payments. And point of service, you good. You don't have to have money to go in and see your doctor. That's a beautiful thing. And if you lose your job, you keep your doctor. Because your job doesn't control if you have coverage. And why doesn't anyone call out Joe Biden and Amy Klobuchar for saying 150 million people are going to lose their health coverage. They're not going to have their private insurance. As if they lose coverage. Just because you lose your private courier doesn't mean you lose coverage. That's what matters. People are concerned that they will no longer have coverage, not concerned about what happens to Aetna. No one cares about Aetna. No one goes, I love Aetna. Oh, I love Aetna. Give me more Aetna. Oh, I love Blue Cross Blue Shield. Oh, baby, I was going to marry you. But then I saw that Blue Cross Blue Shield was available, and now I'm torn because I just love Blue Cross Blue Shield so much. I dream about it. No one sends Aetna's flowers on Valentine's Day, okay? So just cut the shit. And someone needs to say, stop with the lie. It's a total lie, guys, when they say 150 million people are going to lose their health insurance, their private insurance. Yeah, but you don't lose your insurance. So I like it when Bernie Sanders said 50 million people lose their insurance, their literal insurance, not their freaking provider. They lose their actual insurance every year because they lose their jobs or their unemployment runs out and whatever that COBRA thing is. Something they don't mention at all. So I thought that Bernie Sanders did a good job of standing up for himself and standing up for his plan and saying, I wrote the damn bill. Elizabeth Warren. Is it just me? No, it's not just me, but maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe some people out there are just so protective of Elizabeth Warren. I wonder what that's about. Let's keep it 100. Elizabeth Warren, if all the talking of fighting and being tough, I don't think she handled Joe Biden's attacks or Joe Biden's aggression as well as I thought she should have. If this is look, remember guys, everyone up on that stage is fighting for the job of going to fight Donald Trump. That's what they're doing. That's the goal at the end of this. At the end of this, you just get the privilege of going against Donald Trump. And if Elizabeth Warren plays, if she is regressive, if she is defensive and she didn't go after like I felt she should have went after. Okay? She was too laid back. She disappeared. I forgot. Look, for a moment there, I forgot she was even up there. For a moment, I forgot she was even up there. She was weak on foreign policy, and for long stretches, she was absent. She checked out mentally. In fact, I felt like, because she likes to say she has a plan for that. She has a plan for this. I've got a plan for that. I've got a plan for that. And gee, I've got a plan for that. Every word I am going to emphasize. Someone tell Elizabeth Warren, if every word is emphasized, no words are emphasized. If you underline everything, nothing stands out. Somebody from Toastmasters come in here and get this woman a subscription. All right. But the point is, man, I was disappointed. I wanted to see more out of Elizabeth Warren because everyone tells me she's the big fighter. She's going to overtake Bernie Sanders. She's going to run away with this thing. And I didn't see any running tonight. I didn't see it. I saw someone trying to make their voice shake as if they are so impassioned, but not a lot really being said. And what is this? I want to bring these people to the table, and we're all going to sit down and talk about it. You're wanting to be the president you want to be the Democratic nominee who goes on to become the president. What's your vision? What do you want? Well, gosh darn it, Tim Black. I've had about enough of you, Tim Black. That's it. You're really burning my hide. Gee Willikers and fiddly sticks, Tim Black. Doggone it. In Oklahoma, we got a word for people like you, and that word is darky, and you're not nice. That's it. I'm really pissed off. I'm really, you just burnt my grits. My hash browns right now are very hot, and I'm really upset. So fiddly sticks and gee willikers and golly wee and golly wow and kazoo and kazam and exit stage right, Tim Black. Like all of that. Listen, if the question is, what are you going to do about an issue that concerns Americans? It was tariffs or something, right? Stop telling me I'm going to bring in the people from the EPA and I'm going to bring in the people that make box cutters and the people that make boxes and the people that make the oil that goes in the box cutter machine. I'm going to bring in the people that make the fluorescent lights and the LED lights and everything that's in. I'm going to bring in the people that do the wiring. We're all going to sit at the table and everybody's going to be in there at the same time. Stop. No. What's your vision? What is your vision? See, a lot of people like to deduce the reason why Donald Trump won, and I know Andrew Yang says this very effectively. Well, we have to get down to the real reason that Donald Trump won, and I think the reason, he likes to do that, but they like to blame it all on the economy and blame it all on racism. One of the reasons why Donald Trump won is he had a clear vision, and he was willing to articulate it. He didn't say, we're going to come up with this, we're going to come up with that, everybody's going to come in. No, he said, oh, NAFTA. I got a really big brain. I got a big brain. I have ideas. Wrong. And he was bold. Elizabeth Warren is the opposite of bold. It's not going to work. Leaders lead, and the rest can get the hell out. So I think Elizabeth Warren looked weak. You look weak when you say your big idea is you want, and Joe Biden hit her on this too. What's your big idea? I'm waiting on your big idea. What's your big idea? And she didn't jump in like, oh, hold on a second, Joe. Slow time, Joe. Creepy Joe. Hold on, Joe. Where was it? Now, previously, she was a little bit more punchy when she needed to be. Okay. We can't stay there all night because we got to go to Buttigieg. Buttigieg, he had a moment here or there, but not a moment that I think carried him. I think that Buttigieg will continue to slip in the polls because of the night. So I'm going to skip over him now. Let's go to Yang. Because there was a moment there between Yang and Buttigieg that I think a lot of people, Buttigieg and Yang, that I think a lot of people may have missed. One of the things I've noticed in politics now that I've been watching this stuff closely for the last 5 years, one of the things I noticed, there's certain little ticks. There's certain little things politicians do to give them easy applause lines. And they get a little bit of breathing room by doing it. One is restating questions. If you restate the question, you buy yourself 20 seconds. You can think of what to say. Politicians do it all the time. Oh, so you want to talk about the economy? Okay, well, let's talk about the economy. Let's be really, really clear about the economy. First of all, when you have an economy, there's 20 seconds right there, Johnson, out the window. Now we've only got to BS and filibuster for the next 20 more seconds, and then we can act like we're out of time. The other thing that politicians do, and I saw this on full display, is Buttigieg and Booker did this. They want to talk about how everyone needs to be more civil. In fact, Klobuchar did it, Buttigieg did it, and Booker did it. But the thing is, when Buttigieg went to do it, Andrew Yang swept the leg. He swept the leg. He did. He said, "Oh no, not today." It was a thing of beauty, actually. It was a thing of beauty, guys. Andrew Yang said, hold on. You know? No. What happened? None of that. No free points today. Not in my house. Andrew Yang literally transferred into Mutombo, was like, not in my house. Because see, what happened was Buttigieg thought it would be a good time because things got a little chippy between Biden and Castro. And he was like, we need to see, this is the thing, if you're sitting at home right now and you're watching this and you're going, this is why I don't like watching politics, is because people don't know how to treat each other. We just be nice to each other. And Yang was like, hold on. It's a debate, Pete. It's Buttigieg, it's a debate. Things are going to get chippy. Sit your soft ass down if you ain't ready. And Pete had no comeback for it. And I sat there like, good move, Yang. Very good move. Cory Booker. You know, there are some politicians who have one gear. Cory Booker has one gear. That's why he can't get his campaign in gear, because he has one gear. Guys, listen. I am Cory Booker. I believe that if we could all love each other more, if we had the ability to just love more and give more and open our hearts and our wallets, and we could all just learn to grow. And I believe that when I was in Newark and we were working together, I had love for all people. And that's what we need, is love. Just more love. Watch me close my eyes. And what if I close my eyes? That's when I know that I am doing my best. Cory Booker. We just need to love each other more. Did I tell you to love? You need to love. It's like, dude, you know, we got it, right? How you gonna fix the country, jackass? Where the fixing the country part come in, Booker? Where does that part come in? Yeah, I know, Trump evil. Trump scary, evil, racist. I get it. Got it. Yep, got it twice. How you gonna fix it? Well, easy. We'll just love each other more. And I'm gonna sit down with China and say, China, stop being mean, China. We need you to stop being mean, China. Listen, I think I'm going to take them back to Newark, and we're going to get a slice of pizza, and we're going to talk it out. We're going to hug it out, bitch. Beto O'Rourke had a moment about guns. Look, Beto O'Rourke, he had a horrible night, in my opinion. Okay? He had a good night, but a horrible night. He had a good night because he had layups. Everyone felt bad about El Paso, so they just kept giving him the ball right there as he's running to the rim. Here you go. And he lay it in. Like, I counted like 4 or 5 candidates all said, we respect you, Beto, for your passion you displayed about El Paso. See, it was just something to say that they know they could get points for. They would look diplomatic and graceful, gracious, sympathetic, empathetic, a team player. And it would also give him time to think of something else to say. And Beto had a couple of moments in that when he talked about guns. Good job, right? He doubled down. He was forceful about how he feels about the AK-47, the AR-15. And he says he wants to buy back the guns. No, he said, we don't want to buy back the guns. It's not an option. We're going to take back your guns. At least he owned it, okay? He owned it, and everybody else is like, yeah, go ahead. That's him, dog. I ain't stupid like that. You go ahead, go take the guns. You're going to literally do a gun grab. Okay, that's on you. You know, he's describing what the bullets do to the bodies, and it's horrible stuff, right? But, you know, it is. I mean, But even Amy Klobuchar was like, look, yeah, we need to do this, we need to do that, and we need, about the guns, but I ain't going as far as Beto. We can do a buyback if you want to get your gun back, but I'm not saying you should come. You gotta make you mandatorily hand in your assault rifle or whatever you got. And to me, guys, look, I'm kind of confused because I'm like, Beto, you started your campaign like 3 times, dog. I mean, he's sitting over there. Okay, my campaign's running. Okay, my campaign is running. Now my campaign is running. I am the Keanu Reeves of politics, and I am the over-talker when I speak. I overspeak, and now I learned to cuss, so I curse and overspeak. I don't gesture as much as I used to, but I am still the Keanu Reeves of the Democratic Party. I was born to be in it. And then his campaign went to a stutter and cut off. And he's just out there, and my thing is this, guys. If you got to keep restarting your campaign and you are lucky enough to be in the 3rd debate, I don't know how he did it. I'm not seeing a whole lot of people like really being pumped up about Beto. You probably wouldn't want to fade in the second half of the debate. That's all I'm saying. Where's the sense of urgency, Beto? Dude, you don't have time to coast. Every moment is precious. He faded. He needed a really good night, okay? He needed a really good night. So, did I get everybody? Warren, Bernie, Kamala. Okay. There's a thing called word salad. Kamala Harris is fond of it. Kamala Harris, tonight, made so many decadent plates of word salad. I got a lot of gas. Look, if you're going to serve me salad all night, at least bring me some dressing that I like. Okay? And don't get me wrong, every once in a while she'd make a little funny. That wasn't really that funny. Like, there was something she said about the Wizard of Oz and somebody being small. I don't know what that was she was really trying to say, but Stephanopoulos acted like it was funny. You go, Kamala. What the hell is she talking about? Is that a joke or what is she doing up here? Oh, wasting time. That's right. My bad. They asked Kamala Harris about her criminal justice record, and Kamala, she just did this, man. Talked in circles the whole time. Let's be really, really clear. I have no defense for my horrible record. But I'm going to keep talking because, hey, maybe you'll forget that I didn't answer the question that you had asked me earlier because, see, while I'm talking about other stuff and I'm bringing up anecdotal stories about the child whose mother stubbed her toe and then things didn't work out, and then I held the mother in my hands and her arms and we were talking and I felt really bad, and then there was crime, and I remember when I was a little black girl in Chicago and I grew up, and my mom and my dad, and then all that happened, and I'm like, yo, we were asking you about your record, homie. Klobuchar did the same thing. Klobuchar, she got called out about her prosecutorial record, too. I thought that was sweet because most people don't know. Amy Klobuchar was a prosecutor. Oh, yeah. She lock 'em up. Lock 'em up, Amy. That was her nickname, Lock 'em up, Amy. Lock 'em up, Amy, baby. And Amy didn't like being called out to question about her record. You could tell because she turned all kinds of reddish colors. Fire was shooting out of her mouth. Her eyes, blood. She was crying blood tears. She looked like she was about to throw the podium, literally. And I'm like, damn, Amy Klobuchar is really pissed off that people are asking her about her prosecutorial record. And then I start thinking, did anybody tell her? Didn't she know that, your record is up for grabs? That's fair ground. That's not out of bounds at all. Even in Minnesota, people can ask you about your record. That's fair, Amy. I said, why is Amy acting so bullying? Why is she so bullying? She's a big bully up there. Then I remember that Amy Klobuchar is the one who's on record. Like, she's like, people have cited that Amy Klobuchar has a horrible temper. She likes to throw stuff and curse people out. She's a real asshole. And then I was like, there you go. That fake forced smile that she does, that ain't her. That ain't her on a regular basis. Come on now. People who work for Amy Klobuchar, you know better, right? Come on now. I know you've been waiting for it to come out. Former employees who signed non-disclosure agreements, who can't talk about how horrible it is to work for her when she gets pissed off, how horrible she can be, how abrasive and cutting she can be. Yeah. Kind of came out tonight. And all the moderator did was ask her a question. Nobody else really challenged her, and she still was pissed off. Like, well, listen, but shit. I locked them up because they had to go to, like, any moment she was about to do a Jack Nicholson, reenactment, Jack Nicholson, Tom Cruise thing. That's A Few Good Men. You can't handle the proof, Did you order a cloud red? Code red? Like, wow, okay. I mean, seriously, she got pissed off, really pissed off. You can't. You're damn right I did it. So, let's go to this, guys. So, that's everybody in a nutshell. We had some good moments from some people, though. Andrew Yang had some good moments. Yeah, I think so. Remember, everybody's graded on the curve. I also want, before I go through winners and losers, though, I want to make it known. You had no Tim Ryans. You had no John Delaney's in this. These are the people that are left are people that basically are good. They're not going to screw up. Like, Delaney looked like a fool. Like, why are you even up there, John Delaney? So him not being there's no Tim Ryan, there's no Eric Swalwell. Like, these people are gone. So I'm not going to, it's not, the margin of error is a lot thinner is what I'm trying to say. The margin of error is a lot thinner because you don't have people that make the big mistakes. There was a couple times still that Biden didn't do what Biden should do. Like he called Bernie the president. Remember last debate he called Cory Booker the president. This time he called, Bernie president. He also called Bernie a socialist that trusted corporations or something. I was like, do you even listen to what Bernie talks about? Like, he hates corporations. Like, for the most part, man, he wants to tax the shit out of them. He doesn't trust them. He wants to break them up and tax them. What are you even talking about, Biden? You all right? What day is it, Joe? But still, I thought he did better than he did last couple of debates. So my underperformance tonight were, you ready? Underperformance tonight, debate number 3, Democratic debate. My first underperformer was Elizabeth Warren. You're going to hear a lot of people talk about tonight. They're going to find a clip where Elizabeth Warren said something that was good or that was serviceable, that kind of, performed well or came off well. But what they're not going to show you is she was hiding most of the night. And when she talked, there was no urgency. And there were a couple of times when she spoke, it was like she was meandering through anecdote after anecdote. She did not handle coming out of the gate very strong against Joe Biden, who came after her. She didn't seem to bounce back or even strike back the way that I think that she should have. Remember, the margin of error now is very thin. These are the starters. I still feel like Tulsi Gabbard should have been there, but these are the starters, okay? Another underperformer, Beto O'Rourke. Beto, man, this should have been your night. We're right off of the gun shooting, the massacres. We're right off of the shootings where you capitalized. People were giving you layup, easy buckets. You could have stayed on that path. I don't know what happened. You got to be. So that's one thing you should learn from Bill de Blasio. Be more aggressive. Be more forthright. You don't have time to lay back, dude. You're lucky that you even made this debate, and then you're going to cruise because you had an opportunity. You cruise, get it? You're going to cruise on what you said in the first half and then fade the second half. You can't do that. I'm sorry. It's not good enough. Didn't seem like somebody who was really in it or born to be in it. Another person who faded, who was an underperformer, was Pete Buttigieg. Pete, dude, see, it's running out now. It's running out. When people are talking about what were your most challenging moments, what was something that you failed at and you succeeded, Pete Buttigieg's big roundup, his closing statement, which should be something that ties in and grabs your heart, was, hey, I'm gay. I'm gay. It's tough being gay. You know? I'm an official and I'm gay, and I had to tell the world I'm gay because I chose to tell them. And Mike Pence was my, from my state, so that made it really hard, And did I tell you I'm gay? Like, that's your biggest challenge? That's what he said. Klobuchar. Did I get Klobuchar? Klobuchar was an underperformer as well. And don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean they didn't have any good moments. Everybody had a good moment. I will say everyone had a moment where they were either funny or strong or steady, right? Everyone had a good moment. Remember, this is the varsity squad. But that's why it's even worse, because now you got to really be strong. And there were times I'm like, what is Amy Klobuchar even talking about? Is she here tonight? Why is she's in the woods, she's in the weeds. And it wasn't, like I stated before, it wasn't good when she got really spiteful. Who had a so-so night? I'm going to give so-so night to Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris had a so-so night. Of course, she was word salady, but she was the most conversational. And then, it got annoying too, but I think it's going to come across as comfort. And there are going to be some people going, okay, you're not back to where you were. You didn't make up 12 points. Jesus, I don't even think it's possible to make up 12 points, Johnson. Not in one night. I don't know if it's possible to make them up at all, really. I mean, you can get so low down on the point system that you need a knockout. And sometimes it gets that way. If you get that low in points, you're going to have to go for it all, Johnson. You got to do a Mike Tyson ear bite or something. But I thought she did. So I thought that she did a so-so. She wasn't an underperformer. She performed okay. Same thing about Cory Booker. Cory Booker. Oh, come on, Tim Black. Come on. Hey, I was here the entire time, Tim Black. I was there. I was giving it my all. Your problem, Tim Black, is that you don't have enough love. You don't have enough love. And I'm in my community. We have love. Yeah, all right, Cory. But it was so-so, right? It was so-so. Look, Cory Booker, when Beto O'Rourke scores more black points than you, hey, look, I know, don't do identity politics, Tim, but when Beto O'Rourke out-blacks you, that's a problem. That's a problem, right? And Beto did out-black Cory tonight, but he still did so-so. Who did a good night? Who had a really good night? Who overperformed? Overperformed. Based on how they've been performing, okay? Look, the people are going to say you're just trying to cater or you're trying to pander. I'm not. Andrew Yang, if you compare tonight to how first of all, the first debate, he didn't even get a chance to talk. All right? So he wasn't even there. He talked 2 minutes, 1 minute and 32 seconds, or 62 seconds, or 15 seconds. It was something crazy, right? This time he talked more. I thought he did. I think he overperformed. I think he exceeded expectations. I think he did a good job. He was there. He was present. Now, the democracy dollars part didn't really roll over as well. But hey, man, he said he was going to give 10 people $1,000 a month, 10 people for the next year or something like that. Yeah, I think he's going to do pretty good with that. People like money. And I think people are going to be like, yeah, okay, money. Hey, look, I talk shit about him on Twitter, but I'm going to put my name in the hat. I mean, I could use $1,000 a month. I don't always want to do these YouTube shows. Another performer who did well, guys, hate it or love it, Biden did pretty good. for Biden. Remember, guys, this is about what they've done and how they did tonight comparatively. And I think Biden had a strong night. Him coming out aggressive did not allow them to jump on his ass. They've been jumping on Biden. Biden came out swinging. And it was old man swings, you know, where you just get the, you know, you drink the, I'm getting old too. You drink the Red Bull, you got that little burst of energy. That's what Joe Biden had in the beginning, but he faltered in the end. But he stayed steady. He stayed steady. Sometimes, now, his problem, this is not about substance. This is about how he did in the performance. But I tell you this, Julian Castro got him really good. See, people right now, the big debate, I think they're both of the standouts of the night. I'm sorry. They're the standouts of the night. Because Julian Castro said, hey, you like taking credit for what you did with Obama, but when there's something negative, you're not taking credit. When it's a negative thing, you say you have nothing to do with it. And there was one part where Biden was like, and someone was like, I think it was the moderator even brought up, was like, what about you were VP? And he was like, well, yeah, I was the vice president. Basically saying, I don't make no decisions, Johnson. I was just there. I was just there to open the door for Barack. I didn't do anything. I was like, once he got elected, that's all I was there for, to make sure white people weren't afraid of him. But once he got elected, I just sat in the back and ate ice cream. I mean, that's basically what he said, guys. But still, I thought Joe Biden did a really good job for Joe Biden. Bernie Sanders did pretty good. He did good for Bernie. Like I said, in the beginning, it was a little choppy. I was like, okay, Bernie, what's going on? But he defended. He had incoming fire. He did not. Because remember last debate, Tim Ryan, he hurts Tim Ryan's feelings. I wrote the damn bill. I wrote the damn bill, you dumb bastard. Go back to Ohio. And Tim Ryan was like, you didn't have to yell, Bernie. Why are you yelling at me? And it made Bernie look bad for a second. Like Bernie was like, yeah, you're probably right. Get up. Sorry. Pussy, sorry. So there you have it, guys. So my underperformers were Warren, Buttigieg, Beto, and Klobuchar. So-so, good job, serviceable. Kamala and Booker. Who knew? Good job. Who did a good job? Sanders, Biden, Yang, and Castro. There's going to be a lot of people talk about Julian Castro, and I would expect there to be some stuff coming out about Julian Castro, because once you make a swing at the home team's mascot, which is Joe Biden, don't get it twisted, the DNC still wants Biden, they're going to start digging up dirt. So expect, there's probably going on in the spin rooms, probably even right now, where they're still talking about Julian Castro and how mean he was to say that Joe Biden forgot something. You know, oh my God, oh God, he said Joe Biden. Like, hey, I can't, look, I don't want Joe Biden to get the nomination. I'm going to keep it real with you. But I almost would just like to see how Trump treats Joe Biden. You know, like, I wish I could, jump in the future for a second, this alternate universe, you know, like Endgame, Avengers Endgame, and kind of see, right, Trump, decimate Biden with realness. Like, dude, you don't even know what day it is. What color socks you got on? Are you wearing underpants? Do you even remember? And Joe would just be like, malarkey. And that's not going to get him elected. So, I think what was on display, the biggest thing was on display tonight was the fact that there was no Tulsi Gabbard, there was no Mike Gravel. Foreign policy was a joke. Having Pete Buttigieg and Elizabeth Warren discuss foreign policy? Come on. What? Joe Biden to talk about all the times he went to Afghanistan and did nothing? You already said you don't make any decisions as vice president. And if I hear another Democrat kissing Obama's ass, well, listen, Tim. Hey. While you were on the board of Walmart, I was out there in the streets of Chicago. That's what I was doing. I was out there helping those kids. Pull their pants up, Pookie. Pull their pants up. I was out there literally pulling black kids' pants up. Pull your pants up. Pull your pants up, Pookie. Pull your pants up. Pull your pants up. And everybody was kissing Obama's ass tonight. Hey, man. And look, see, One of the reasons why Trump won is that he was unencumbered by having to kiss ass. You get it? We got people up there afraid to say the TPP was a horrible idea. We got people literally up there afraid to say it was a horrible idea because they need to move closer to Obama because we're in a black UBC and everybody loves Obama and he did no wrong. He deported a lot of people, Johnson. I think maybe Trump is finally starting to pass him in the deportation numbers. Finally. Oh, but he was really nice when he did it to him. He never called him rapist. No, he just kicked him the hell out. Up, get him out of here. Up. Hey, how are you? Hey, all right. Sure. Want some wings? Cool, we got some wings in the kitchen. Go get the wings. Enjoy. Yeah. All right, get him out of here. Who the hell let him in here? Hey, security. I'll pay you to get these Hey, get him out of here. Call ICE right now. Call ICE. Get ICE. Oh, get some ice. No, get some ice. Go ahead and get yourself some ice. Make sure you're comfortable. Yeah, Michelle, could you get some ice for the kids? Get some ice for the kids. All right, get them out of here. And nobody, they were kind of, Kamala kissing his butt. Joe Biden kissing his butt. Come on, man. Come on. Julian Castro got close to calling it out. Hey, I worked for Obama, but he was some shit, man. He was really bad on immigration. He was really bad. He sucked. It wasn't for the dreamers that he didn't make citizens. He was really. So anyway, guys, that's all I got. Now I'm going to go to Super Chat and see what people had to say. I see a lot of people are having things they want me to say, and we're going to say it right now. Let's go to Super Chat. And remember, guys, become members of the show. This is Tim Black Wolfpack. That's my wolf behind me. We call it like this every night. Tomorrow, my phone lines will be open. So look, tomorrow you can call up. Show starts at 10. The phone number will be up here on the screen somewhere. I have an open phone line. I do not screen calls. Unlike some people, I don't screen calls. Anybody can call. And you get 4 minutes to say whatever's on your mind. So tomorrow night, be here. Subscribe to this channel, and tomorrow night come back for Freedom Friday. It's called Freedom Friday because you have the freedom to say whatever you want to say. And you ain't got to agree with me, and I don't have to agree with you. You call up and say what's on your mind. That's it. We've been doing that for years, guys. So come be a part of that. That's what makes us special and different. All right.